Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of a new series we're going to be doing of Shadow Empire. Now, this is how do I explain this? I was given this code before this game came out. I have horrible time management, which means I haven't gotten to the series until now, after it's come out. It's a 4X strategy, science fiction, post-apocalyptic game with elements of Crusader Kings 2, and just like, it sounds like the hottest mess you could possibly make. But here's the thing, other than the admittedly not great visuals of the stills in this game, which you saw in the intro there, it's actually really good. I like it. I've played like 3 games of it. They've all ended in failure. But I decided to try a new game and record it for posterity. And, you know, maybe it'll end in failure again, but you guys don't seem to care too much about whether or not I actually beat games, just that I play them. So, yeah, we're going to start. And the concept of this is that you are on a random world of a former great human empire after the dissolution of the empire and its interstellar trade system, everything. So they kind of like the worlds have regressed to a barbaric state. And you are one of the warlords on this world, and you are going to reconquer it for whatever reason that you pick, because you can be a pretty heartless bastard in this game. So I think we're going to go for an evil playthrough, but we'll see. Let's start a new game. One of the things I do love about this game is how the generation of the planet goes. I think it's fun. Now, I have been playing on supersized worlds for my playthroughs, but we're going to go for a normal, like, large-sized world just for this. And now we get to pick, like, the class of planet. There's South class, which I think is, like, it's a desert world, right? Yeah, desert world. You got this one, which is, like, an ice planet. The Limos class, which is not quite a desert world, but not much better, so there is some water on there. You got Lava World, you got, like, almost like, an Earth planet, but with less water. Then you got the Medusa class, which is, basically Earth, a planetoid, and then a moon. See, here's the thing. I haven't played on a planetoid or moon. I've played on a couple of Medusas, I've played on a Swaya, and I've played on a Borealis class for my playthroughs. And they've all been interesting. But I think it'd be fun to play through, like, on a small rocky planetoid. Just like what's left of a colony. It would be difficult because you couldn't do open air farming. But I think it'd still be fun. So I think we're going to go for a planetoid. We're a moon colony, or we're a planetoid, like a small mining colony that got left. And we're all that's left. So we're going to go for a detailed planet generation. I'm not sure. No map, otherwise complete. Partial. See, I'm not sure how the Fog of War, what these different systems mean, so we're just going to go ahead with that. Yeah, only one human player, number of initial zones, we just get one city-state to start with. We have militia to start with, story modes. And see, I've had almost all of these. I've had a crime syndicate, and I've had the cults and sects. I haven't had the corporation, like, story pop up through. The cult one was pretty benign, though, so I'm not sure how that's going to work. Start at tech level 3, development speed normal, organizational level only supreme, basic 4 councils, all 8 councils. We'll go with this one. I'm not sure what that means, and we're going to play it regular. And then epochs are like these times that last for like 20 or 30 turns on average, that kind of give you bonuses or other thing, like, they can be good or bad. Like, there's ones that can give you like extra research or extra bureaucracy points, which are a thing for this game, or they can give you like higher unrest or higher crime in certain areas. So we'll keep them going because I think they give a flavor to the story. Okay, so we're on a planetoid. It's not that big. It spins every 21 hours. We could re-roll this. We're at 1.44 astronomical units. We're in a bright yellow G0 class star. I think we'll re-roll that. Let's see what we can get. Okay, so it's a bit further out. Temperature's worse. I want something with an average temperature. Ooh, the orange-red K5. That's even worse. You know what? I kind of like that, though. I like that it's worse. It has a smaller map size, which means this game's not going to go on forever. But we're 3 AU out, so that put so what does 3 AU put us? That puts us like if we were in the solar system. Is 3 AU near Mars or is that past Mars? Off the top of my head, I don't remember. Or is that it? Or is that in between Mars and Earth? Because the Earth is 1 AU out, so no, that's got to be past Mars. It's got to be asteroid belt. Either way, it's an old planet. It doesn't have a huge map size, and it's cold as hell, which I think I like. I like that mental image. We're gonna go with that. Okay, so no rainfall. It's got some wind speed. It's mostly plains, a little bit of mountains. Yeah, all the temperatures are bad. It's bad. Okay. And yeah, that's all 3.3 kilometers up the highest mountain, which is a pretty big mountain. Okay, so a large amount of xenon gas. A little bit of CO2, a little bit of nitrogen. I forget what AR is. I'm not sure. It's completely lifeless. Let's re-roll and see if we can get something just a little bit better. Well, it's a little bit less foreign. It's still toxic. We'll go with that. Alright, so colonization. So we're on, so what is that? That, Ontinus 5 was colonized in the year 6,664. Received colonists for 1,317 years. Current population at the start of the war was almost 30 million. No agriculture, a little bit of mining economy and some services. 16 zones. Could do that. Let's re-roll that, see if we can get a little bit of a higher starting population. 13 million, that's the opposite way. Oh, I like that. That's good. That's good. And that way we also don't have 3 6s in our starting year, so we'll go with that. So if we get like a history here, so several small companies created workshops on the planet due to strategic location, spaceports were booming and extended shipyards. Key quantum transmission satellites are being operated in the system of the planet. A big corporation opened a huge UCM drive facility on the planet. The Republican military has housed a sizable part of the sectoral divisions on the planet, so this is like a military hub. Mining company shows interest in the planet due to the mining activity. Ore processing industries have relocated to the planet. Valuable deposit has been found in the deep layer. Miners flock to the planet. Special deposits have been found, attracting much more mining companies, and becomes a mining hub of the sector, creating synergy effects for the miners. So this like started as a military outpost and then became like a central mining planetoid, which interesting. That's an interesting one. Let's continue. Oh, the name changed, though, to a harder one. The Dissolution War reached, that'd be Xarna, and that'd be Exelon 5, X5, in the year 8009, or consumed. All technology fell to barbaric levels over a century of warfare and collapse. So most of the planet population died. There's 2.205 million survivors. Most of them are scavengers. Some of them are raiders. No hunters. No farmers. In the early phases of the war, Dissolution War, the collapse of the intersystem trade between the Galactic Republic systems caused huge food shortages. The horrors of the mass starvation decades must have claimed over 10 million lives. To make things worse, nuclear fallout claimed lives of many. After the planetary government had disintegrated, the lawless and never-ending small-scale skirmishes and local wars finished off what was left of civilization. It is estimated the total loss of life of the Dissolution War and its direct aftermath claimed 23 million lives. Keep in mind that over 262 years have passed since the Dissolution War. Over the Dark Age, decades that followed the total collapse, the population level has been under constant continued stress. Neighboring systems start hamstringing goods and liquid energy. Local reformist forces tried to storm the planetary senate. Appearance of pirate fleets have severely decreased the amount of cargo ships visiting the planet. Out of nowhere, a giant unmanned ship crashes onto, I'm guessing that's a city. Forgotten nuclear reactor went into meltdown, radiating another city. An internal struggle led to the massive and extremely savage infighting in another city. An unknown and extremely virulent disease wiped out another city. Local conflict blows up to a global jihad. Major battles taking place on a global scale one last time. Yeah, okay, so we're basically just at the end of a jihad. Okay, the air is toxic to people. So the planet, almost perfect orbit, and a bright yellow G0 star with an axial tilt of 33 degrees and a radius of 2,993 kilometers. There is no alien biology present. Air pressure is 390 millibar. There's 1 million survivors of the Dissolution War. They're divided into 3 major regimes and 20 minor regimes. Okay. It's mostly plains and mountains. Alright. So an interesting start. This is going to be an interesting one. Normally I've played on ones that actually have water and oxygen and stuff. So I'm going to see how this plays out. If this increases the logistic challenge on this planet. Our home. Okay. So what is... I like Highland. I like that our name of our society is Highland. Or can we go Highlands? We'll just go Highlands. Since there's probably a very limited number of Highlands, and it's going to be funny if we're actually on one of the plains. And we're just a lord. Okay, I like that. Can we switch to a primary color? Like maybe, I don't know, like that kind of green? No, that's too green. Can we go maybe that, like a forest? There's got to be a decent forest color. Monotone. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Blocked, horizontal, or do we keep it monotone green? Keep it monotone green. We're the Highlands. I don't necessarily like that symbol. Skulls. Don't know what that is. Ooh, I like that. I like that because you got mountains on the bottom of that tower, by the looks of it. So it could be, yeah. No, I like the symbology. That's good. So we'll be the Highlands. Lord of the Highlands. The great cities were destroyed in the Dissolution War. The remainders of humanity dispersed into the wastelands, hiding, scavenging, fighting, trying to scrape out a living, trying to survive. The forefathers of our land were among them. They were not alone. Other survivors fleeing the destroyed cities had followed them. I just gotta take a drink here. These others were aggressive and tried to enslave our forefathers. How did they manage to pacify their enemies? And we could have paid them a big bribe to leave their zone. They fought at a huge cost. They chased them off. They found a strong ally beyond their zone who helped destroy them. I don't know. I think I like the idea of fighting. Like we began as an underprivileged, like a smaller group, and we threw off our oppressors. So we'll say that. Upon stability returned, there were those who did better than others. Who were the people that grew richer and more powerful than the masses? The clever ones that controlled key resources. The artisans that worked hard and supplied goods and services that were needed. Nobody. Everybody who tried to amass their wealth were executed. I like the Artisans approach. We're known for our fine crafts, and we became rich because of it. A series of ancient leaders led our people from the brink of starvation to a more prosperous, small survivor community. What was the sacred goal of our leaders of yore? The rediscovery of lost knowledge and technology, a strong militia that could protect and conquer, the happiness and quality of life of the people. Let's say technology. So we'll go that. We're trying to find new technology. So, okay, round 1 of this game, we're the Highlands. We have 2 decisions available and 51 reports waiting for us. The previous lord is now buried. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. It is now up to you to lead the land to victory. It's a weird sentence. You are Lord of the Highlands. Lord of Highlands. Probably should have put the in there. Some subjects cheer your ascensions, but not all. You will have to hail and address the land as soon as possible. A new zeitgeist wanders through the land. You are entering a time of culture. The effect is your zones will get extra private investment. The current strength of this effect is light, 7. Gain 700 private economy bonus points. In 6 turns, the effect of time of culture will come into full force. So that's one of those epochs. We've got 4 stratagems. These are like cards you can play. You've got they cost points. These ones are the more good ones because they cost like big points. I forget what they're called. These ones just cost power points, so they're not as good. I think we've got the cult. Yeah, we've got the cult storyline here, so that's going to be something. I'm just going to take another drink. All right. Everybody is eagerly awaiting your Ascension Speech. For most of the people and leaders of Highlands, you are still an unknown. They need to know what you plan to do with your newly gained power. The question on everybody's lips is, which policies will you put in place? Which future will you line out of our land in your speech? Layout for our land in your speech will probably be... Somebody needs to go through here with an editing eye and kind of work on some of these. I've noticed a few errors, but I don't think these guys primarily speak English, so... So let's see. What are we going to do? We could do economy. Economy is secondary. Rule of law is paramount. Thriving private economy is our pal. Develop through mass investment in the private sector. All promote a balanced path forward. So we could increase enforcement, commerce, or government. I want a strong government, so we're going to develop through massive investment in the private sector. And then we get to pick our council, or some of our councils. We have to figure out what we're going to want first. Well, here's what I want. I want an economic council first. Yeah, I want an economic council. Yeah. Let's get that going. Okay, welcome in command. Congratulations on your position, sir. Take your time to learn the ropes. Don't forget to check the decisions tab on the top of the screen. Move some units out and don't worry too much. And turn button once you have made some moves. Danger in zone. Danger in York. Is that our main city? Yeah, York. Is at 4 points this early in the game. This possibly means enemy hexes units are too close to the city. Try to conquer all hexes close to your city. Okay, dismiss. And dismiss that. Alright, so here we go. Ooh, we've got ruins really close. That's great. That means we're not going to be stretched for metals, because you can get metals and rare materials from ruins. That's a very important thing for this game. So I'm good with that. We're going to push out a little bit, though. I want to see what's down these roads. Okay. We got plenty of ruins nearby. That's good. Okay. Alright, so nothing on these roads. We're going to send some infantry up north to get those ruins. Just 2 units, or 2 guards battalions. And then we're going to go over here to Dragon. Dragon. This little hamlet, because it has like a free population. It has like 10,300 free folk, and they can join the city. Like we have here, there's a decent amount of free folk that live inside of these cities, and as our city becomes more prosperous, they'll leave these cities and go to leave these settlements to go to the main city, York. So that's what we kind of want to do. Okay, and that's our central, like, sector command. Okay, so we pushed out a little bit. We grew a little bit. Here's what we're going to want to do. We're making a decent amount here. We're going to want to construct something. Okay, we need... do we want to construct industry here first? That'll give us more industry points, which allow us to build things. Or we could go ahead and construct a recycling facility. It'll take us a little while to do it. We're gonna hold off for a minute. We're gonna save up points. We're gonna try and save up some points before we start building anything, and we'll see what happens. But I think that's it for the first turn movement. And so here's the thing about this game that really gets me, because I like this game, but I fail pretty hard at it because its logistics and like command structure are, like, its order of battle is pretty detailed. So you can see, like, it goes from, like, we have the first SHQ, the sector HQ, to our militia forces, then York, which has its militia forces, which it has a mobile regiment, a mobile battalion, and then 3 infantry battalions, or, well, I guess these are guards battalions. But everything does have its own order of battle, and supplies kind of flow in a way that's a bit odd, hard to keep up with. It's like, it's not difficult to understand, but it takes a while to understand it, if you get what I'm saying. So, okay. Definitely no grasses or anything here, so we need to keep an eye on that. We need to start building up. Definitely some agriculture, because I think if we wanted to, like, agriculture, we can put down domes and stuff, but that costs power, so we're also going to need to find a way of constructing more power, which will probably mean finding oil so that we can then run power off of oil, which is a thing. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. Let's go to the next turn and see what happens. Sorry, I'm just enjoying a nice chai tea. Okay, we suffered no losses, nor made any kills. We have 5 decisions available. Your militia forces have made hold a parade, show their strength and loyalty. Good on you. And yeah, now our the current time of culture is starting to grow. We're getting more culture points, better private investment bonus. Scouts found an ancient storage near Wakayu in the zone York. Oh, we have 10 machinery we got there. That's important. No, sorry, I don't want to send metrics right now. Okay, at the start of the turn we had 4,500 militia troops, but no regular troops. It would be a good idea to... okay. Could raise some regular troops. Might be a good idea. If we did so, we'd have to raise an independent... Yeah, we'd have to raise an independent... Probably just a battalion. We could do it. We're trying to save stuff, though. You know what? We're going to pick up an independent buggy. An independent recon battalion. We'll make that. I think that'll work. So let's raise formation. And we'll send them down through here. Okay. Let's get you to Dragon. Let's get you over here. So we've picked up these 2 free folk settlements. We do have an unknown unit there. That'll be something to look into. Most likely, it's a minor regime, like somewhere over here, because I can see some border popping up there. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. We have some decisions available. So we have militia parade. On a beautiful day, your militia paraded through the streets. I understand you were present at the parade and gave thanks to our militia troops in person. Maybe there is something more that you would like to do. It has long been customary for the militia to receive some extra monetary allocations from time to time. This would be a good moment just after the parade. I mean, we have money. We could do it. Yeah, we'll pick that up. That'll increase our advisor's opinion of us and make the militia just a little bit better, which is good. And see, now we're starting to get into the fact that there are a lot of characters in this game. That's the CK2 part of this game. Able Commander offers services. You've been visited by a former military commander of Gallia Republic. This commander is willing to join your land in return for our assistance. The required favor is that you liberate his home village in Hex 6214. Sure, we'll do that.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Okay, voice acting's not a strong suit here. Let's do that for our budget. 45 to the Economic Council, and 55 to the Supreme Command Council.
Yes.
Alright, Director of the Economic Council. We've only got one real choice. He's not really that suitable, so we'll appoint you.
Roger that.
And what do we want their priority to be? Well, I want prospecting to be a fairly high priority. I want them to, so that we know what we've got on our territory.
Roger that.
Okay, he sounds very asleep. Okay. So that'd be the Leston, or that'd be the Lauston Mechanized Raider Battalion. Non-aligned forces, Gallia Republic somewhere up that way. Highlands is here. Phoenix Land is over that way. And Warmblood is that way. Okay. We could, theoretically, target them. Minor, at least one recon of the regime. Okay, so we can't do that. Actually, can we? Do we have covert ops? We do. So can we send a spy that way?
Yes, sir. Roger that.
Failure. We rolled really shitty. Rolled a... Damn. Okay. Well, that sucks. Not much else I really want to do in terms of new... Could recruit somebody, but we don't really need to right now. Okay. That's decent. We'll keep these guys on the roads just in case. And these buggies we're going to send off down south. Try and get an idea of what's down that way. Alright. Let's go to... Well, 50... It's 2 turns for that. But then it's a whole bunch of that. We'll hold for a while. We want to get our industrial points up so that we can build that. Facility, that recycling facility in these ruins, and then we'll build up a industry, like a city industry here in York. And then we can start expanding our recycling plants to all the rest of the ruins, and hopefully also get some water here, because there's some water on this fairly sizable deposit of water too, which would be great, so that we can build that up. Yeah, interesting. Though, by the look of it, I think we're going to end the episode here. So for our first episode of Shadow Empire, we've got some interesting things. Look, like this is not a normal start for me. I've played one, like all the games I've played so far, there's been some greenery that you've been able to do open air farming and all this. So this is kind of like a hard mode for me, which is maybe not advised since I have not actually won a game of this in my 4 playthroughs of it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll either break the curse of playing games on this channel, or I will continue the curse. Either way, It works for me. But thank you for joining me for this episode. If you liked it, please leave a comment down below. Hit that like button. If you want to help support the channel, hit the subscribe button down below, as well as take a look at the description down below, where I have links to my Discord and my Patreon page. But I'll see all of you in the next episode. Bye.